So I just got back from seeing the latest animated film at the movies, and I saw Nut Job 2. Nutty by nature, I think is the catchphrase at the end there, and I was not looking forward to this movie. I didn't like the first one. I watched it again last night just to see if my opinion had changed. It really didn't, and my biggest problem with the first one was that it felt very kind of mean-spirited to me. All the characters were kind of, except for Katherine Heigl's character, were all kind of unlikable and shrill and just unpleasant to be around. And the animation was really bad, and so I wasn't very excited that they were doing a sequel. I couldn't believe that they were doing a sequel, but I always try to go into anything with an open mind. And you know what? I actually enjoyed the Nut Job 2. It'll probably still get pretty bad reviews, but I think this is a significant step up from the first one in almost every way. I think that, first of all, the animation is way better, and it looked actually really good. There wasn't any parts that I was like, you know, cringing, like the wild rats in the first one, which are so awful. Even Buddy, the rat that's the friend that was surly, it looked so bad in the first one. It looked like a Remy copycat, but here it looked a lot better. And the voice cast, they've pretty much got everybody back from the original. The raccoon Liam Neeson isn't there, but pretty much everybody else is back, and they're all doing pretty good voice work, I think. It's solid, and it feels bright. It feels like it's certainly better animation than we saw in the Emoji Movie. That was a big improvement in my opinion. Also, I think that the characters were made a lot more likable than this time around. Definitely Surly is still kind of grumpy, but he's not as bad. He's more like sort of Lego Batman, kind of Will Arnett sort of character, sort of sarcastic and whatever, but pretty much all the other characters are nice in this, except for the villain, and I will talk a little bit more about him. But all the other characters are pretty supportive and pretty sweet and pretty nice, and so that made it work much better than just the Katherine Heigl character just being a nag all the time. And she is a little bit of a nag, but it's just balanced much better. It's just more pleasant to watch. Moved around pretty quickly. I didn't get bored, and I thought they had some creative ideas, like these little ninja mice that were voiced by Jackie Chan. They were actually pretty funny and pretty clever how they were used and stuff. And this movie, to me, is very similar to The Secret Life of Pets. And it's not like The Secret Life of Pets is some masterpiece, but it's like, I think, solid. It's okay. And I think that this in fact, I may even like it better than Secret Life of Pets, because I certainly like all the vocal performances here than we got from that Kevin Hart bunny in Secret Life of Pets. So that was very annoying, and I didn't really like that part of that movie. But anyway, it's kind of in that ballpark, in that area of films, and which is a significant improvement from the first one for sure. As far as downsides to the movie, I think that the villain was a miss. It's a very standard, I want to take over the park, mayor, greedy, capitalist, kind of very similar to like the villain in The Lorax or other movies like that. Like this is kind of cringy, and then they decided for some reason that we needed more of that little Girl Scout girl, and she happens to be the daughter of the mayor, who's the villain, and she was a little of her went a long way. I did like though that there's a pug dog, or a little dog, that becomes friends with Precious, the Maya Rudolph dog, which was one of the better characters from the first movie. And they're actually pretty funny, pretty well written, I thought, the two of them. And I laughed a fair amount. I thought the script was solid. Like, this is not like a great movie, but I was entertained, and it was certainly way better than I expected to be. I think that this is more for kids, and I'm not saying that in a derogatory way, but this doesn't have a ton of adult kind of humor or adult stuff. This is more made for kids, which I don't think is a bad thing. And the two other people who went with me, they both liked it. Overall, I was entertained. I thought it was a solid, entertaining little movie that, you know, you probably don't need to go out to the theater to see it, you probably wait until it comes on DVD or Blu-ray or whatever and watch it with your kids. They'll be entertained, they'll enjoy it. The kids were all laughing around me, and it wasn't as puerile as far as humor as you might expect from this kind of thing. So yeah, overall, I thought it was a solid little animated film, and that was much better than I was expecting. So I give the Nut Job 2 the same grade that I gave the Smurfs Lost Village, even though I think the animation is better in Smurfs Lost Village. I think they both have some story problems, they both have some issues, but I enjoyed them and I was entertained by both. So I'm gonna give it a B-. So yay! It's cool to have something surprise you and be better than you expected. So let me know what you think of this, and I lost my mind. I'm sure that the critic score will still probably be pretty low, but I bet you a lot of those reviews, when you actually read them, will say that it is better than the original. So anyway, thanks so much. Please subscribe to my channel, and I'll talk to you later. Bye!